classify this one. A is 9, B is 0, again 9 from the x squared, B because there's no xy, and then C is -1. Okay, so b squared minus 4ac, b squared is 0 minus 4 times 9 times -1. We're going to end up with a positive number, but we end up with 36 is greater than 0. Okay, so this means that this is a hyperbola. Okay, so that's a hyperbola. Now, we're going to find the equation in standard form. So I'm going to go ahead and put my x's together. Now, the y will be the second one since it's minus. So we end up with 9x squared minus 72x, okay, minus y squared plus 8y is equal, again, I'm going to move this over. Okay, so it's going to be -119. Okay, now we're going to have to complete the square, but before we do that, we're going to have to get the coefficients to be 1. So for this one, I'm going to bring out the 9. So I'm going to end up with x squared minus 8x. Okay, I'm going to put my placeholder. Okay, here I'm bringing out a negative number, so it's going to be, I'm just bringing out negative. Technically it's -1, but I'm going to bring negative on the outside, so I end up with y squared minus 8y, okay, plus something is all equal to -119. Okay, now I'm going to complete the square here, so I'm going to half the 8 to get 4, then I'm going to square it and get 16. Do the same thing here. We're going to half the 8, get 4, square it, gives us 16. Now what we have to be careful with is because we have this 9 on the outside, so it's going to be 9 times 16 when we add it to the other side. Okay, and then we're going to have to take the negative 1, or negative times 16 to be minus 16. Okay, so we're going to combine all of this, and we should end up with 9. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start simplifying this as 9, and then we're going to write this as squared, so it's going to be x. The negative comes from here. Okay, the 4 comes from, if we take the square root of this, which is 4, squared minus y minus, again, because the negative here, 4 coming from here, squared. Okay, now we're almost done. Now this is a hyperbola, and remember when we have a hyperbola, we want to end up with 1 here. So we divide by 9. So we end up with x minus 4, okay, minus y minus 4 squared over 9 is equal to 1. So that's the equation in standard form of our hyperbola.